Punjab Congress in a turmoil after Sidhu's resignation. Shocker, he says he will not compromise but does not speak beyond that. Meanwhile, Captain Amrinder Singh says, I told you so. And if Sidhu is out, Jignesh Bhiwani, Kanhaiya Kumar in. Punjab crisis, however, overshadows these fresh inductions in the Congress party. Indian Army captures a Pakistani terrorist alive. He's just 19 and has talked about an infiltration bid by Lashkar. Delhi High Court says that the riots in the capital were premeditated, pre-planned conspiracy. They were a calculated attempt by rioters to dislocate functioning of the government. And COVID, less than 20,000 daily cases, lowest since 11th of March. 4 big states report zero COVID deaths. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Sonal Mehrotra Kapura. Top story. The collapse of a man's character stems from the compromise corner. Well, what does that really mean? For now, only Navjot Singh Sidhu knows. With these words, Sidhu, in a surprise move, tweeted out his resignation. Not from the party, but as the president of Punjab Congress. Did anyone see this coming? No idea. What led to this? Again, no idea. What happened to the Congress government in Punjab, since along with him, his loyalists have also quit the cabinet? All these questions hanging with the man himself for the moment. One thing is clear, however, that this has only deepened the troubles for the Congress party in Punjab.
ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਿਰਣੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਣਾਗੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਵੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਨਿਰਣੇ ਲੈਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ 10ਵੀਂ ਘੋੜਾ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ.
Navjot Singh Sidhu bowled a googly today, taking the Congress High Command and the party by surprise by announcing that he has stepped down as Punjab Unit's chief. In a letter to Sonia Gandhi, he said he would never compromise on Punjab's future. Sources say he was angered by the induction of what he considered tainted ministers in the cabinet. And after rival Randhawa was given the home portfolio, he's also believed to be upset at Congress's silence over Captain Amrinder Singh's Sidhu is anti-national barb. The resignation came just hours before the former chief minister landed in Delhi on what his aides say is a personal visit. But it did not stop Amrinder Singh from having his told ya moment.
I don't tweet unless I mean it. And what is my tweet? You can quote. सिद्धू को जब मैं कह रहा हूँ कि अनस्टेबल तो उसको ने कोई रिएक्शन तो होगा ही, कुछ क्या कहा होगा.
The resignation coming after the Gandhis gambled on Sidhu removing Captain Amrinder Singh has no doubt deeply embarrassed the party. 2 days after the Punjab cabinet was sworn in, even more embarrassing for the Congress is the speculation that Sidhu might be joining Aam Aadmi Party, with Kejriwal visiting Punjab tomorrow and other parties also taking pot shots.
2-3 महीने पहले मैं एक बयान दिता सी कि मिस ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਵਜੋਤ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਹੈ आप मिसगाइडेड मजाइल है.
सरदार नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू साहब के इस्तीफे के बाद एक बार फिर से पंजाब अपने आप को अपमानित महसूस कर रहा है, शर्मिंदा महसूस कर रहा है.
Navjot Singh Sidhu's political inconsistency is well known, but he has resigned at a time leaving the party in a flux and the Congress doesn't know which way to steer further. In Chandigarh, Mohammad Ghazali for NDTV.
हमने नहीं लिया इस्तीफा कैप्टन अमरिंदर सिंह जी का. हाई कमांड ने किया, जो भी किया ठीक है. नहीं, हाई कमांड ने किया. और बाकी जो बातें हैं मैं ये फिर से आपको ये बता रही हूँ कि नवजोत सिद्धू जी बसुल्लो के आदमी हैं, उनको कोई लालच नहीं है. वो पंजाब और पंजाबियत के लिए लड़ रहे हैं.
सरकार की भावना पहले दिन से उन इश्यूज को एड्रेस करने की दिशा में होनी चाहिए जो पार्टी ने पहले से तय कर रखी है. कांग्रेस पार्टी की जो लाइन थी, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी लगातार कह रही थी लोगों से कि हम ये करेंगे, तो लाइन तो सरकार की पहले दिन से वही होनी चाहिए थी. तो अगर सरकार बदलने के बाद भी सरकार पहले दिन से ही उस लाइन पे नहीं आएगी, तो फिर एक दो दिन से जो लोगों में धारणा बनी है, तो बात फिर लोगों के गुस्से की शुरू होती।
नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू कांग्रेस छोड़ के और किसी पार्टी जा रहे हैं?
देखिए, नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू जी ने अपने रेजिग्नेशन में ही बहुत साफ कर दिया कि हम कांग्रेस में ही रहेंगे।
Meanwhile, it's been a day when Congress stayed in news for all good reasons and bad. While Sidhu is out, guess who is in? Kannaiya Kumar joined the Congress party, while Jignesh Mevani joined the Congress ideology. Now, unaware of the Sidhu Googly, Congress had already planned a big band baja welcome for these two youth leaders. They chose Bhagat Singh's birth anniversary to do the same. Rahul Gandhi, along with the two leaders, were all there at the Shaheed Park, clad in their yellow turbans earlier in the day as well. And then came this inaugural press conference where both of them addressed the key question: why Congress?
देश में कुछ लोग, वो सिर्फ लोग नहीं हैं, वो एक सोच है। वो इस देश की सत्ता पे ना सिर्फ काबिज हुए हैं, इस देश की चिंतन परंपरा, संस्कृति, इसका मूल्य, इसका इतिहास, इसका वर्तमान और इसका भविष्य खराब करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। हमको लगता है, और सिर्फ हमको नहीं लगता है, इस देश के लाखों करोड़ों नौजवानों को ये लगने लगा है कि अगर कांग्रेस नहीं बचा तो देश नहीं बचेगा।
एक टेक्निकल कारण के चलते मैं फॉर्मली पार्टी इसलिए ज्वाइन नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि मैं एक निर्दलीय विधायक हूं। इफ आई ज्वाइन अ पार्टी आई मे नॉट कंटिन्यू एज एन एमएलए। मेरी पार्टी के सीनियर लीडर से बात हुई, मेरे मतक्षेत्र के साथियों से बात हुई, अपने आप से बात हुई, राहुल जी से बात हुई। बाकी की फॉर्मेलिटी तो आने वाले महीनों में भी हो जाएगी। तो मैं फॉर्मली नहीं, लेकिन इस विचार के साथ आज जुड़ चुका हूं और 22 का चुनाव में कांग्रेस के सिंबल से ही लड़ूंगा।
A 19-year-old Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist from Pakistani Punjab, captured in a massive army operation to stop infiltration from Jammu and Kashmir's Uri area, has made big revelations to the army, including details of a terror training in which Pakistan army was allegedly involved. The army now believes the infiltrators were planning a major strike, taking the same route that terrorists who had attacked Uri back in 2016 had taken.
This 19-year-old Pakistani national was in a group of 6 terrorists who crossed the line of control on the 18th of September, using the same route that terrorists had used in 2016 during the terror attack in Uri. On the intervening night of the 18th and the 19th, the army spotted at least 6 terrorists trying to cross over. They opened fire, forcing them to retreat, but 2 of them managed to cross. One was eliminated on Monday. 19-year-old Ali Babar Patra was captured yesterday afternoon after he surrendered.
This infiltration group was supported from the Pakistani side by 3 porters who had come till the line of control along with supplies.
A school dropout, the captured terrorist said he comes from a poor family and was offered 50,000 Pakistani rupees by his handlers in Pakistan to take an arms consignment to Patan in Kashmir's Baramulla district. The army says allowing large groups of terrorists to infiltrate clearly shows the complicity of the Pakistan army.
Now, movement of such large group of people cannot take place without active complicity of the Pakistan army deployed on the other side. What we have also seen that there has been a lot of movement in the launch pad across line of control.
During the last 1 week, army said that they killed 5 terrorists in separate encounters and a huge cache of arms and ammunition, including 7 AK rifles and 80 pistols were recovered.
The dramatic increase in infiltration is an ominous sign of relative calm along the line of control. This was one of the longest counter-infiltration operations here in Uri sector, which ended with the capture of a Pakistani militant. In Uri with cameraman Amit, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.
To Rajasthan now. By making registration of all marriages compulsory in Rajasthan, including the marriage of minors, is the Rajasthan government giving a backdoor legitimacy to child marriages in the state? The government says it's following a Supreme Court directive which says all marriages should be registered, and it's securing the rights of child widows and even children born to child marriages. But what do those girls have to say who were forced into underage marriages? Here's the report.
Rupa was 15 years old when her parents wanted to get her married with her two older sisters. But she mustered the courage to resist, finally convincing her parents to let her study. Today she works in a hospital and is happily married. She says the ban on child marriages must be outright.
रोकना चाहिए बाल विवाह को। क्यों? क्योंकि ये मतलब लड़कियों की जिंदगी खराब हो जाती है। इसके लिए बाल विवाह के लिए प्रतिबंध लगाना चाहिए।
Pooja was barely 12 years old when she was married off along with her older siblings. She was too young to understand what was happening and too scared, she says, to resist in the presence of so many older people. Now 20 years old, Pooja is struggling in court to get her marriage annulled. She wants to be a martial arts expert and live life on her own terms.
मेरी शादी 12 साल की थी तब हुई थी और मुझे याद है कि उस समय मेरे पिता ने मना किया था शादी करने से, लेकिन जाति पंचों ने और दबाव बनाया, इस वजह से शादी करनी पड़ी थी और काफ़ी मतलब प्रेशर आया था। शादी के बाद भी कहा था कि हम अभी इसको लेके जाएंगे। वो मेरे बाल में हुआ और अगर ये हो जाता रजिस्ट्रेशन तो मैं अभी कहाँ से वो लेके आती सर्टिफिकेट। ये बाल निरस्त करा, मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स होती और मेरे ना चाहते हुए भी मैं किसी के घर की बहू बन जाती।
Activists like Kriti Bhati, who have prevented 1,500 child marriages from taking place in Rajasthan and annulled over 43, say the new act making it compulsory to register all marriages, including those of minors, is a step backwards. The Prohibition of Child Marriage Act in Rajasthan prohibits child marriages but shockingly doesn't ban it outrightly.
यहाँ वैसे भी महिलाओं को प्रॉपर्टी माना जाता है और औरत हमेशा एक संपत्ति के दर्जे की तरह है। ये मेरी लुगाई है, मैं इसके साथ कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ। ये जो हम समीकरण है, जेंडर जो डिस्पेंसेस हैं, वो हमेशा आपको यहाँ देखने को मिलेंगे और ऐसी सिचुएशन में ये चीज़ें और बढ़ जाएंगी। आप स्टैंप लगा रहे हैं, आप ये कह रहे हैं कि ये तेरी लुगाई है और जब ये माइंडसेट आ जाता है कि ये मेरी लुगाई है, मेरे पास रजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट है, तो उसके बाद आप क्या क्या बढ़ाएंगे? आप सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस बढ़ाएंगे, आप प्रेगनेंसीज बढ़ाएंगे, टीनेज प्रेगनेंसीज बढ़ाएंगे।
The government, on the other hand, is of the opinion that by registering all marriages, they are merely protecting the rights of children who are part of a social practice that still exists in Rajasthan.
यदि किसी का बाल विवाह हुआ हो और यदि एक छोटा सा उदाहरण कि अगर जो वधू है वो विधवा हो जाए तो उसको अपने ससुराल में कोई संपत्ति का अधिकार नहीं मिल पाएगा, उसके बच्चों को कोई भरण पोषण का अधिकार नहीं मिल पाएगा। तो उन सब की सेफ्टी के लिए, उन सब की सुरक्षा के लिए ये सोच है, ना कि बाल विवाह को बढ़ावा देने के लिए इसमें कहीं पर कोई बात आई।
Government surveys have shown that the rate of child marriages has come down from 65% to 35% in the state. But activists say that's because a number of child marriages remain out of the government radar. But with the debate on the new law, it's now time to perhaps take a firm stand on this controversial practice still very prevalent in Rajasthan. In Jodhpur, Harsha Kumari Singh, NDTV.
If Mamata Banerjee wants to continue to be the Chief Minister of West Bengal, she has to win the Bhawanipur by-poll. Now, this would have been a foregone conclusion with any other Chief Minister, any other state, but we are talking about West Bengal, where in the last day of campaigning, again, there was scuffle between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress. High Court had to finally weigh in and finally say that these elections will not be cancelled.
In the headlines, even in the 48-hour silence period before the vote, the Bhawanipur by-poll, where Mamata Banerjee is Trinamool Congress candidate. Calcutta High Court pulled up the Bengal Chief Secretary for warning Election Commission of a constitutional crisis if the poll was not held by November. But the court refused to interfere in the poll schedule. So Bhawanipur will vote on Thursday.
I am happy and relieved that the Calcutta High Court has put no restrictions on the by-elections to be held in Bhawanipur on the 30th of September.
Relief in Kolkata for Trinamool, but in Delhi an irritant as BJP leaders complained to Election Commission, especially about Monday's clash at Bhawanipur in which BJP's Dilip Ghosh got caught. Bhawanipur police filed a suo motu case and arrested 8 people who are already out on bail.
श्री दिलीप घोष जी पर हमला हुआ, वो हमला इस बात को दर्शाता है कि तृणमूल कांग्रेस और बंगाल में उनकी राज्य सरकार ये हिंसा को ही लोकतंत्र मान चुकी है और इसलिए हमने चुनाव आयोग से कहा है कि चुनाव आयोग को सख्त कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए.
BJP is trying to create trouble to get mileage in the media. They are creating trouble where there is none.
Tight security is already being put in place at Bhawanipur. From 6:30 p.m. Tuesday, 4 or more people cannot gather at a polling booth or in a 200-meter radius around it, as Section 144 of prohibitory orders have been put in place. With G.D. Shankar and Anirudh Tripathi, Monideepa Banerjee, NDTV.
To Telangana now, where a cyclone is said to be the latest worry for the government there. Here's all you need to know.
Tough times for street vendors like these around the Charminar. After rains all day on Monday and a red alert for more rains, Telangana declared a holiday for schools, colleges and offices, advising people to stay home.
ఖాళీ స్తంభాల కాడ ఉండొద్దు, కూలిపోయిన ఇళ్లలో ఉండొద్దు, జాగ్రత్తగా ఎవరి ఇళ్లలో వాళ్ళు జాగ్రత్తగా ఉండాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాము.
Several low-lying areas in Hyderabad were inundated. The focus was on saving lives and property. At Hyderabad's Moosaram Bagh, an unidentified body came floating and was carried away in the waters. In Sirsila, a tractor and JCB had to be brought in to rescue the collector and other officials who were stuck overnight inside the collectorate following rains and inundation. In Andhra Pradesh, Vizag, the heaviest downpour in a day reported in 30 years had left the airport area flooded, but the situation got better here too with no fresh downpour. Low-lying areas continued to stay inundated in colonies and other urban blocks. With inputs from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
All right, let's also quickly give you a wrap on the COVID figures as they stand today. India reported less than 20,000 cases for the first time since 11th of March. It is also a sharp drop from the cases reported earlier. Number of deaths also a big dip over there, 179 as of now. New coronavirus cases have come in from Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar. But the big states also reporting in 0 deaths as of this moment are Uttar Pradesh and Delhi. That's all we could pack in this edition. Stay tuned to NDTV, and from the team, thanks for watching.